The rain poured over the ruined garden like a punishment from the heavens, washing the dust from broken statues and long wilted roses. Elena stood in the middle of it, all drenched, trembling, and yet impossibly calm. Tonight was the night she had waited for. Tonight, she would bury the last trace of the man she once loved, Adrian Voss, the man whose promises tasted like poetry, whose touch felt like home, and whose betrayal burned deeper than any blade. 2 years earlier, she trusted him with her heart, her dreams, her life. They had planned to run away, leaving behind his powerful, corrupt family who controlled half the city's underground empire. Adrian had sworn he would choose her over everything. Instead, he handed her over. For knowing too much, his family ordered her removed. Adrian agreed, on one condition, that he wouldn't have to watch. That single sentence haunted her more than anything else. Not, don't hurt her. Not, she's innocent. Not, I love her. Just that he didn't want to witness it. He believed she died that night. The fire his family set consumed the safe house, but she escaped, scarred in more ways than one. And as she crawled from that inferno, coughing smoke with bloodied hands, one word burned inside her: revenge. She disappeared, changed her identity, trained with the kinds of people Adrian's world feared, became a ghost lurking in the alleyways of their corrupt empire. And slowly, beautifully, she tore it apart. One ally betrayed, one business collapsed, one secret exposed, one enemy turned against another. Piece by piece she crushed the Voss family, until only Adrian remained. Now, after 2 long years, the trap was set. She heard footsteps behind her, hesitant, familiar. She didn't turn. Elena, his voice cracked. It's really you. She smiled without showing emotion. Hello, Adrian. He moved in front of her. The rain softened the sharp angles of his face, making him look heartbreakingly human, like the boy she once loved. I thought you were dead, he whispered. I know, she replied. That was the point. He swallowed hard. But I didn't want them to hurt you. You didn't want to watch. Adrian, the calm in her tone, made him flinch more than if she had screamed. That's not the same thing. Guilt stormed across his eyes. I was trying to protect you. You protected yourself. He reached out, fingers trembling, stopping just inches from her cheek. I missed you every day. I thought if I disappeared from the family, maybe you did nothing. She cut in, just like always. A single tear mixed with the rain on his face. Elena, tell me what you want. His voice broke. If it's my life, take it. I deserve it. She stepped closer, close enough to smell the familiar cedar scent she once associated with safety, close enough to feel his breath. Your life, she murmured. I could have taken that any day in the last year. He blinked, stunned. Then, what do you want? She leaned in until her lips brushed his ear. I want you to feel what I felt. Lightning flashed, thunder growled, and the garden lights flickered on, revealing armed men surrounding the estate, his world, everything he had built since leaving his family, gone. Confusion twisted his face. Elena, what did you? She stepped back, expression unreadable. The authorities have been watching the Voss family for months. I provided the evidence. She paused. Evidence only. Someone very, very close to you could access. His eyes widened with pure, sharp realization. You infiltrated my life. Just like you once infiltrated mine. There were moments, he swallowed, when I felt like you were still with me. I wasn't wrong, was I? No, she admitted softly. I stayed close. I needed to watch what kind of man you would choose to become. And, he whispered, she studied him, his regret, his brokenness, his love, twisted by guilt. Finally she said, you became the man I needed for my revenge. Sirens wailed in the distance. He stepped closer, desperate. Elena, was any of it real? Any of the memories? Any of the love? She hesitated, just for a fraction of a heartbeat. Then, yes, once. His breath caught, but not anymore. She turned as officers stormed the estate. Adrian didn't resist. He simply watched her walk away. Rain blurring the edges of the world he had already lost. Elena, he called with a last burst of hope. Will I ever see you again? She paused at the garden gate. Maybe, she said, in your dreams. And she vanished into the storm, not as the girl he betrayed, but as the woman who learned how to rise from fire.